So, the trailer for Green Day's upcoming movie, New Year's Rev, dropped a few days ago, and I have some thoughts. But, first off, if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Nate. I sing and I play guitar in a band called Casper Flip, and we make punk rock music. Please check us out on all the streaming services. We also have a Bandcamp that I will link in the description, the pinned comment, and refer to at the end of the video. Now, New Year's Rev is a coming-of-age movie written and directed by Lee Kirk, who, in case you didn't know, directed the 2016 movie Ordinary World, which also starred Billie Joe Armstrong, the lead singer of Green Day, in a kind of what-if scenario where Billie Joe played an aging punk rocker named Perry Miller, who had a band in the 90s and could have had success, but they did not because he ended up having a family, etc., etc., etc. Honestly, it's one of my comfort movies, and it might be my number one comfort movie just because I can turn it on and just be happy for 90 minutes. Now, when it came out, a lot of people didn't like it. They said the writing was predictable, the plot was predictable, the acting was mediocre, and I was like, you know what? I don't really care, because it's a fun movie and it makes me feel good. Now, personally, side tangent here, by the way, I think that movies like Ordinary World is what the world is missing. Movies like back in the day, or even New Year's Rev, where it's a low to mid-budget comedy / coming-of-age movie where you don't have to turn your brain off, but your brain also doesn't have to be all the way on, and you're not dissecting every little thing. Now, in the modern reality of streaming, you know, there's TV shows that get 8-hour-long episodes with multi-million-dollar budgets, and movies that are indie are either horror or dramas produced by A24 and Neon, or the movie is a multi-billion-dollar blockbuster made by Marvel and Disney. There is no more in-between movies like there used to be in the 90s and early 2000s, which, again, I think personally is a market that is ridiculously untapped in today's day and age. But I digress. Back to the topic at hand. New Year's Rev. The teaser trailer dropped ahead of its September 12th Toronto International Film Festival premiere, which I've read is apparently sold out. And we finally got some new plot details as far as certain specificities, like where are they going from to Los Angeles, as far as the young band is concerned. This here is an excerpt from an article on RollingStone.com titled Green Day Share Teaser for Coming-of-Age Road Trip Comedy, New Year's Rev. A young band called the Analog Dogs drive from Kansas to California after being tricked into thinking they've won the chance to open for their heroes. Now, when the plot synopsis came out originally, it was very, very vague, just a different version of what this subheadline was. Here's that alternate plot synopsis that we were given when the movie was first announced. New Year's Rev is a comedy written and directed by Lee Kirk, and it's the story of 3 friends who journey to Los Angeles to open for Green Day on New Year's Eve. The road trip is a rowdy and mischievous jaunt across the country, filled with adventures based on the exploits of Green Day and their years of living in a tour van. So, whenever that was released, in my head, I thought, and I think the general perception was that they were traveling from somewhere in California just to Los Angeles, and they actually had the gig of a lifetime by some stretch of the imagination. Just this subheadline alone debunks that theory completely. Not only do we know where they're traveling from, Kansas, we also learn the name of the band, which, in my opinion, I think a good band name is everything. And Analog Dogs is a really cool band name for a teenage punk band. I wish I had come up with it. So, I mean, kudos to whoever came up with the name, whether it was Lee Kirk or someone that he's friends with. But we also learn that they've been tricked into thinking that they've won the chance to open up for Green Day, meaning that the entire movie, we're going to be knowing, hey, you guys aren't actually opening for Green Day. So what are you going to do when you get there and they deny you entry? That's just some of the more recent news that's come out since the teasers dropped. Now, personally, I've been so hyped for this movie to come out. We also got the first poster for the movie, and here it is. I really, really love that it replicates this photo from Woodstock 94. This movie was filming kind of close to me, actually. I'm in, I think, Northeast Texas, but this was filming, at least for part of its production, it was filming in Oklahoma City. And that's just a 4-ish hour drive away from me. And I think that's so cool. On top of the extra information that we got about, like, the characters in the movie, we also got some more information from Green Day themselves in this other article from Rolling Stone. Green Day say the TIFF premiere of comedy film New Year's Rev is, quote, unquote, just the beginning. Apparently they're going all out on New Year's Rev and they want everyone to enjoy this movie. So, seeing the trailer for this film, it looks really, really, really fun. And honestly, there's going to be a bunch of negative people and a whole bunch of negative reviews. But for movies like this, you got to put your ego aside, because this is an independent film being made with one of the world's biggest bands. And it's an experimental step forward for Live Nation Studios. And it's one of those things that's just going all in on premise, on execution. And just seeing some of the interviews with the actors like Mason Thames, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Green Day that I've seen, everyone seems like they've had a really fun time. They've had a blast making this movie. My only real issue that I'm kind of worried about is that it looks like Mason Thames is going to be too dramatic for the role, if that makes sense. Like, he seems like he may take the role a little too seriously. Like, he's playing it more like a serious drama instead of playing it like a comedy, which could benefit the character in some way. But honestly, I'm only gathering that from the first part of the teaser where Kyler Kaufman, who plays their bassist, says,
I'm never going to forget the day that we almost opened up for Green Day.
But either way, it just looks like a fun movie. I've been watching the trailer on repeat just because I can't wait to actually see the movie. And I just can't stress how fun this movie looks. I haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon yet, and I'm personally probably not going to go see that Colleen Hoover adaptation, Regretting You, that Mason Thames and McKenna Grace are in. But I'm definitely going to sit down and give New Year's Rev an actual, like, fighting chance. One thing that did strike me kind of weird originally was around the end of the trailer, they had this big orchestral crescendo, and it just went up and up and up and in and out with the fading in and whatnot. And it made it seem super dramatic, kind of like a horror movie. I don't know, it just struck me very weird. I love Green Day. I'm very, very happy to see a movie that is driven by a plot point that essentially is just Green Day. It essentially seems like Detroit Rock City, but instead of just going to see Kiss, they're trying to play for Kiss. And I think that's honestly a really good way to describe it, because from the looks of the trailer, it looks like a really fun, funny movie. It looks like something you can turn on, watch with your friends, and just have a really good time. And the soundtrack is going to be very Green Day centric. I read that Billy Joe and his son wrote like 5 to 10 original songs for the movie, and I can't wait to hear those. On top of all of that, you've got cameos from Bobby Lee, Fred Armisen. There was a good lingering presence on Jenna Fisher in the trailer, so I'm assuming she's one of the kids' moms. Overall, like I said, this looks like a really fun movie, and I'm definitely going to go see it when it comes out. I'm really hoping that this gets a full, wide theatrical release instead of a limited release like Ordinary World did, because even hardcore Green Day fans are like just now finding out about Ordinary World because of New Year's Rev. And honestly, I love Ordinary World. If you liked Ordinary World, or if you have seen New Year's Rev at the TIFF Film Festival, please leave a little comment down below. Tell me how it is, or if you enjoyed or didn't enjoy Ordinary World. Are you looking forward to New Year's Rev? Please, just leave a comment down below and let me know. Like I said at the beginning of the video, Casper Flip does have a Bandcamp. It's casperflip-band.bandcamp.com. There you can get CDs and merchandise, and you get general updates and announcements for shows. You can follow us on Instagram at CasperFlipTX, no capitalizations. There we post photos, videos, and again, general updates and show announcements. Please support local music. We love to see you. That's about it. Bye.
It's showtime, dude.